just going to record just in case. Okay. So today we're going to do like 2 calls into one. We're just going to power through here. And I'm going to kind of talk about how most Beachbody clients or Beachbody coaches get new clients and kind of spark interest for people. And then also how I feel like I do it and where I learned to do it. And hopefully it's helpful. And you may not even know really that this is a thing, that what I'm about to share with you, that people do this. But I think that once I share it, you're going to be like, oh, I have seen that. And there's nothing wrong. Like this way can totally be done if you want to do it this way. But I'm just going to share the way I think is best. Okay. So first, it's coming. Okay. I'm going to get some verbiage clear. Okay. So the difference between a group, a challenge, and a program. So Beachbody kind of calls these things, means one thing by these words, and I kind of mean a different thing by these words. So let me explain. A group is something that a lot of coaches do. They do free, quote, groups, okay? And this is where you'll see, like, you might see some Facebook ads that are like, hey, want to learn how to meal plan? Join my free group where I teach you how to do that. Or, hey, want to learn how to drink more water? Join my free 5-day group. And so they basically get these new Facebook groups every month to give value to people, right? So they have kind of like, there might be like a crock pot recipe or like a kid-friendly clean eating week recipes or whatever. And they just really make themselves very, it's just a way that they can connect. So like something might spark someone's interest on Facebook and be like, oh yeah, like my kids don't eat healthy. I want to be a part of that, and it's free. I have nothing to lose. The potential client then goes into that group. They invite anyone and everyone, and then they kind of learn about the coach or the person and make that connection and kind of go from cold market to warm market through this free group. I don't really use the word group, and I'll tell you why. Okay, so then a challenge, Beachbody and coaches, they call like a challenge pack. So when people buy a challenge pack of like annual all access Shakeology, that's what they call a challenge. So the paid version for them is a challenge. But personally, I think the word program screams more like, hey, this is something that you pay for. So I use the word program, okay, for like my paying clients. And then I use challenges as like my free stuff, okay? So I say, hey, join my free challenge. Like maybe I do a water drinking challenge. I don't really say group. I honestly am just so sick of hearing people call things groups over and over. I just like have deleted that word from my vocabulary. So those are just kind of like clearing some confusion if there's any. So like I said, most coaches, they promote and advertise free group to get people in their sphere of influence. They create a totally separate Facebook group and allow, anyone and everyone in it. There are no, things that would keep somebody from being in that group, obviously. And then they run these groups, and so maybe on day 1 they do a chicken crock pot recipe, or maybe on day 2 they do this kind of recipe, and then usually like by day 3 or 4 they're like, hey, by the way, if you want to do this like more, or if you want to do this on like a 30-day basis, like you can buy my challenge. You can do a challenge, and they'll kind of like describe it and basically pitch their sale on day 3 or 4. And then after that week is over, after those 5 days are over, they either delete that group on Facebook or they just kind of like isolate it and just kind of lets it fizzle out. So the reason these groups are so awesome is that, first of all, you're giving value to people, even if it is something like, hey, here's 5 days of abs, like ab workouts or whatever. You are giving value, and honestly, you can't give enough to people. If you give, people trust you, they know you, they like you, and they know that you're legit, and so then they'll want to buy from you. It's also an awesome opportunity for people to see you in live videos and get to know you. So basically what you would do is you would have this group and you would kind of go live and be like, hey, I'm Mason McNeely. I'm a wellness coach for women, and I really just wanted to have this group to help you learn how to do X, Y, and Z. And so they kind of make that connection. They get to know you on that level. Helps you go from cold market to kind of a warm market with these people. They know what you're about, and they'll probably continue to follow what you do, and hopefully they'll be in your next free group if they don't purchase from you. Here's the negative of a free group like this. It's one and done, right? And it takes an average of 7 times for people to see you or be a part of what you're doing before they actually purchase anything. People are 9 times out of 10, they are not going to buy from you from the very first time, and that's just natural. And once you delete the group or isolate the group, you might lose those contacts forever, right? They might see something or see something about you, they're like, oh, I don't really like that. I don't want to be a part of that group anymore. And then what could be a potential client just is disconnected from you forever. So here's the difference between a free group and a community. That's what I have. I have a Facebook community instead of doing multiple free groups over and over and over every month. So I do very similar free groups, but I do them all in one place, and that's my free Facebook community, and it's called A Pledge to Win with Wellness. Y'all might be a part of it. I honestly don't even know. I was doing them, my free challenges every single month, and then, oh my gosh, life happened. I think that was when I was doing that, I was getting a lot of success though. And then that kind of just started to build, and life just happened. And I really have plans to kind of get back on it once we get settled. But why a community, and why do I call it a community? Honestly, what would you rather be a part of? A group of people or a community of people? Community, it to me, just that word, it screams team, family, support, the ability to be vulnerable, people to lean on, someone to run to. It's like a safe place as a community. And you are able to kind of build relationships because you are in their face, for lack of a better term, but you're kind of in front of them consistently, and you're repeatedly showing up for this group of people, this community of people consistently, and building relationships with them. Health and weight, it can be a really personal topic. And so to have a private community, people begin, it takes time. It's definitely a crock pot type of thing, it takes time for people to kind of to build trust and to get to know each other and feel like that they can kind of post, and they might message you a lot, which is a great opportunity to kind of chat with them in a different way. But it's just a little bit more intimate, and it's also more stable and more consistent, in my opinion. So things to post in a free Facebook community: monthly challenges, not groups, right? You're doing monthly challenges. And this implies that you're challenging them with something to be better, and always make them a 5-day challenge. And when I was doing them, I really spent a lot of time on these, and this is also what I would practice in Toastmasters. And I also made them a lot more geared towards personal development. So I was challenging them mentally, emotionally, talking about goals. I was talking about how to be better than average, talking about stuff like that. And then I also dabbled in like some beauty and makeup stuff, and kind of like my top 5 favorite makeup products that you need. And I would do that on days 1 through 5. And that was a little bit hard to kind of like connect the two on like day 3 or 4 and be like, hey, here's the foundation that I love, but like join my fitness group. So it's important to find a way to make these challenges work with your pitch on day 3. And so like on day 3, you'd be like, hey, this is an opportunity for you to join my next program. And you would do that on 3, 4, and 5 and follow up with people. Inspiration, motivation, recipes, allow for questions. A great way that I usually do questions in here is if someone asks me something, I'm really careful to like not just give all my natural instinct is just to like answer people individually and give that way, but it just becomes so time consuming, and I'm not really getting the best bang for my buck, if that makes sense. So when someone messages me and says, hey, how much water should I be drinking? I'll say, great question. I'll answer that in my free Facebook community. And that gives me the opportunity to just show up for those people. I have content for those people, and I'm answering a question for that one person, but I'm doing the same work for one person that I would be for everybody. So that's kind of how I like to use my free Facebook community. So you put it in your link tree, as we spoke about before. So that's one of my links in my Instagram bio. So I have gotten people to sign up for, so basically it's really, I'm still trying to figure it out, okay? So to get people to actually sign up for my challenge, I was working on my challenges, right? My monthly challenges. I was really trying to build an email list, okay? So I was using these two things right here, lead pages and active campaign. And I'm like a marketing idiot and don't know anything. So I literally spent, I feel like 2 straight days on YouTube learning how to connect these two. So lead pages is basically something that someone might click on and it pops up and it says, this is what you're gonna get in this challenge. You're gonna get motivation, you're gonna get inspiration, sign up here. So you click and you write their name and their email, and then active campaign is where the emails go from lead pages to active campaign, and that's where you send emails. Now these two things can be expensive, and I also have found that like creating a lead page, it is a little time consuming. So I think what I'm going to start doing is basically have someone fill out a Google Doc similar to filling out an application for my programs and get their emails that way, send emails that way, create a list that way, and also be able to follow up with people that way. I haven't done that yet, but I'm thinking that that's what I want to do. Lead pages looks way better. Active campaign emails look way better. So it's just something I need to get better at and be willing to pay for. I don't know, it's hard. But one thing that I would do to get people to sign up, once they would sign up for my challenge, I got their email address and I would send them something for signing up, whether it was my like personal development book list, a week of recipes, a grocery list and recipes. Like I would create these free incentives and say, hey, if you sign up for this, I'm going to email you, directly my list of my favorite personal development books in a way that you can, understand what one would be best for you. Incentives are really awesome because like you have nothing to lose, right? You're signing up for a free challenge that will only make you better. And then you also are gaining something that's going to make you better, which is awesome. So paid Facebook community. This is the same concept of being in front of people consistently. We want people to have a reason to continue to drink Shakeology. We want to create value around that. So what most coaches do, this is they create a free group, Facebook group, say crockpot recipe group, 5-day crockpot recipe group. They pitch their challenge, which is their paid program. Whoever signs up, they then put them in a different Facebook group for their March whatever challenge or whatever monthly challenge it is. So they have a whole new Facebook group for that. And then once that month is over, they kind of like disappear. So literally within a month, they might be creating like 2 or 3 Facebook groups and then losing all those people. So creating a group, doing what they need to do, and then lose all those people. And, it's important. And I just feel like that you have to stay in front of those people consistently. So that's kind of why I've had one Facebook community. And now that I use Google Streak, I separate them. So I have like a whole panel of people doing 80-day obsession from February. I have a whole panel of people doing 80-day obsession starting in March. So I can email them separately and not consistently post in the group the same things over and over and over again, which is really, really helpful. But like, I think what I'm going to start doing in this paid community is I'm going to start having guest speakers come up and like do live videos, awesome videos, just to talk through things. I'm going to present more personal development. I'm going to start giving away prizes, even if it's like pre-workout, which might end up benefiting me, that I buy them some pre-workout and then they might be consistently buying it for a year, which would be awesome. And so this is a way that I can be like, okay, if these people are on Shakeology, they are going to be my client, because that's the most important thing to me. Number one, I think everybody needs it. And number two, that's how I make residual income. And so if they are consistently drinking Shakeology, I don't care what their workouts are, I do care about their meal plan. They can be a part of any challenge that I ever do. They just have to, or any program that I ever do, they just have to let me know. And they can stay in this paid Facebook community. And again, this is me staying in front of people. So where did I learn about this whole concept? I learned it from this girl right here. Her name is Sarah Dan. Kaylin, I think you might have, I've added you in some things possibly. But she's a success coach primarily for Beachbody coaches. And she has really changed the way I think about things, the way I think about business, the way I think about running a business. And it has just helped me so much. Like, there's this one thing that they were doing that she did. It was like a weekend in Charleston, basically like a conference type thing that she was running. And I like tried so hard to make it work. It was like $7,000. I mean, it was so expensive, but that's the kind of stuff I'm like so all about investing in. I tried and I just couldn't, I just couldn't make it work. But like, I really believe in what she says and everything she does. She has some really bad language. That's the only thing I'm like, oh, I don't love that. But other than that, she is awesome. And she's actually the person. So like I said up here, when I talked about lead pages and active campaign, she's the one who kind of taught me about that in the first place. And she had a couple of YouTube videos I can send about how to kind of connect the two. And I just have learned so much from her. So she had a free Facebook community, and it ended up getting to be like almost 12,000. It's women entrepreneurs, 12,000 people. And I think it started just getting overwhelming. So she just created a free Facebook community 2.0 that's going to be a little bit more strict about what can be posted and whatever, which I think is great. So this is her new Facebook community, and I will send it in an email as well. So this just proves, like, being a student, I love to have her. She does a ton of free challenges too. Like, she has 2 going on this week, 2 5-day free challenges. It's crazy. But like, her free challenges are the challenges that I've been playing as I'm packing. So in my room, I'm cleaning out stuff, and I have her videos going in the background, and I'm listening to her. So it's just something to think about. Like, you really have to be a student of business, and you have to be a student of Beachbody, and to be able to combine the two to find the best way that works for you. Do you have any questions so far, Kaylin? We're about to go to part 2.
Nope, I'm good so far.
Does that all make sense?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. So now we're going to talk conversation starters, objections, price, and adding value. Okay. So these conversation starters, I've used them, and they are really helpful, like really helpful. And it's basically learning how to ask questions that are very, very thought-provoking and make people think differently. So like, let's say someone asks, hey, like, what even is it that you do? You know, whatever. Something that you could ask them is, hey, are you more interested in health benefits, or are you more interested in weight loss? Like, whatever they say to you, you don't have to answer their question. You can kind of answer with a question to make them think. It's like the art of negotiation. But this makes people go, health benefits. I mean, I'm trained to know about weight loss, and I'm trained to know that I need less calories, and I'm trained to know that I need like no sugar, no fat stuff, but I've never thought about health benefits. And then you can say something like, hey, share, if they say weight loss, share how much weight you're looking to lose and what health benefits you're looking to achieve. When they share the health benefits that they're looking to achieve, that is how you know the route to take. Right? So if they're like, oh my gosh, I have the worst cravings ever, I don't know how to manage them, I have no self-control. Boom. Shakeology really, really helps with curbing cravings. And you kind of cater your conversation to whatever they are looking for. That's how you learn. Will you share what you struggle with when it comes to nutrition? This is when they'll say, I don't have time to make meals, I have cravings, I don't know what to eat, I don't have money to buy healthy food. These are all opportunities to add value based on their struggle. So you don't have time? Awesome. Shakeology is a meal replacement. You have cravings? Shakeology helps with that. You don't know what to eat? I have a meal plan for you. You don't have money to buy healthy food? Guess what? Shakeology has so many vegetables that you don't even have to buy as many fresh organic vegetables. Boom, right there. That's how you kind of cancel out anything that they're like any objections that they have. This is a good one. Would you agree that nutrition is 70 to 80% of the overall success? If people don't agree with that, then they're crazy, right? So you can't outwork a bad diet. And this is the good question right here. If something is worth 80% of success, why would you negate that? You can also leverage the nutrition aspect later down the road if they're not following. You can be like, hey, remember, nutrition is 80%. What has been your experience with shakes in the past? This is what you are going to know, what they are already going to think about Shakeology. They may think that it's useless or processed, or they might think that, it's gross or whatever, but this is going to help you know the route to talk about it. What has worked for you in the past, and why isn't it working any longer? So I didn't have kids in the past. I don't have enough time like I used to. I don't have money. Find the solutions to their problems, because all of the solutions are it can be found in Beachbody for sure. Rate your veggie intake on a scale of 1 to 5, or potty habits, or midday energy. You can literally pick anything, ask them to rate it. And as their numbers are lower, you can use Shakeology as a way to get those numbers up. Digestive enzymes. I have my shake at 1 o'clock actually when my energy is crashing. It has 5 plates of salad. I don't love that concept, 5 plates of salad, because salad isn't always like healthy. There's like dressing. Like when I think of a salad, I don't think of it as being healthy, in my opinion. So I like to think of like 5 servings of vegetables. That's what I think about. But anyway, what symptoms do you have that if you could wave a magic wand, it would go away? Shakeology can probably do one of those things. These are also great questions to put on your application. I just try to keep my client application really simple so people aren't, if it gets too long, people don't want to fill it out. But these are great questions to ask as you are kind of messaging people or emailing people. So Mary Alice really struggled with people just wanting the portion fix container. So I kind of wrote this out as a way to help people see the value of the whole thing, not just the portion fix, not just the meal plan, not just the workouts. The whole deal is what is most valuable to people. And this is kind of what I like to think through to help people see that. So if they say, I'll just do the portion fix, you can say something like, you know what, I love the concept of the portion fix because it does a great job of balancing your fats, carbs, and proteins in a way that doesn't have you overeating. Share with me. How have you felt in the past when you limited calories? Were you able to stay consistent? Did your energy decline? Did you still have cravings? You already know their answers are going to be there. They're going to say, my energy, yes, I was crashing, it was hard. After they respond, you say, I asked this because as awesome as the portion fix is, when you cut calories, you inevitably cut the volume of nutrients you're feeding your body as well. That's where Shakeology can really help. For 180 calories, you're providing your body with the equivalent of 5 servings of veggies, whole food vitamins, probiotics, plus a bunch of other stuff that can help improve your health. On the portion fix, you'd be making 3 to 4 meals anyway for about $4 each. While Shakeology is $4 for one, Literally, just be substituting one of those meals for Shakeology. It financially and nutritionally makes sense to have Shakeology on board, so you are getting the most out of that one meal. That's just having it when your cravings are the worst. So this is a way that you can kind of when people are like, oh, I just want to do the meal plan without Shakeology, or I just want to do the workouts, you can say, hey, I totally get that, but this is why. And don't just say it, ask them. Let them think about it and let them kind of come to that answers on their own. Price. This one's really hard because I just feel like it's the hardest thing to create value around because it's proven people buy what they feel like they're getting. I feel like I get more from my money in Shakeology than I'm actually paying. A lot of people don't think that. So position it as to replace what they are already buying, right? They're already buying food. They're already buying groceries. It's a swap for whatever they're already spending money on. What do you spend on an average healthy meal? I went to, where did I go? what is that, Fresh Market? I don't know, but I spent like $19 on a salad. No, I'm kidding you. Chick-fil-A salad, I always say Chick-fil-A salads are $12. Think about that. And people are like, oh, you're right. When someone asks the cost, I think it's better to say $4.50 a day, because think about it. People don't buy a month's worth of groceries at one time. That would be overwhelmingly expensive. So when you think about daily, it covers $4.50 of your vitamins, probiotics, gut health, and things that fight off stress and immune boosters so you stay healthy. You have to speak in the equivalents of how they buy their groceries and things to fight off stress. Your story on how you afford it. I had a coach that literally cleaned houses. Like, she cleaned one extra house a month to afford Shakeology. That is commitment right there. I love that. Okay, so value hacks. Basically how to add value. So there actually is a money back guarantee, but do not ever lead with that. I don't ever tell people that. There is a place for it. I have not personally found the opportunity to share that, but it just, like, it already makes people feel like you don't believe in the product, and it already creates doubt. So just don't do that. Don't say, hey, as a coach, if you sell 3, you get it for free, because what if they don't sell 3? Their husband is probably going to be like, hey, you didn't sell it, so you have to cancel. You want to position it that they're trading something already they already have. And if they don't sell it, they're going to cancel their business because we didn't create value around it. So it's important to say that. And then there's, you can buy sample packets, but I don't ever give those away. I call them packets, and I tell them that they are $5 each, and I ask how many they would like. And it's not for the money. It's because when things are given to you, the value is not around it, right? So like anything that you don't have skin in the game in, you just don't feel like there's value in it. That's just, same concept of like Costco, for example. When you buy membership from Costco, you get lower prices, right? And to become a coach, you are more committed, so then you get a lower price. The commitment is a less price, right? You can't just give away samples and think that people are going to find value in it. You have to kind of give people some skin in the game, reward people's commitment. And then the one thing to create value is to believe. Believe. Your belief in the product and the business in you will conquer anything. This business, it has been the best thing in the world to me, but it can be that for you, but it has to start with you first. So your belief, people read that, they feel that, they know it, and so your confidence is contagious, and that comes through belief. So that's kind of what I have. It was a little bit shorter. However, I feel like this is really good stuff. So what I really want you to do is to create a free Facebook community and a paid Facebook community, and just start posting in it. Take a look at mine. I honestly have not done a very good job with my push to win with wellness lately. I think because my Instagram stories have made my business kind of float, do really well. But I really, really need to get more consistent in my free Facebook community. But go ahead and take a look at some challenges that I've done, some monthly challenges, and see if that's something that you feel excited about. Start thinking through your next monthly challenge and how you can kind of get people in that Facebook group. How do you feel, Kaylin?
That sounds really good. So obviously, like, I've put a lot of energy into the Instagram, and now it's like, now I need to focus on Facebook and getting I created my page, and then I haven't even added people to it. I'm trying to balance everything right now. So yeah. But definitely wanting to get stuff set up and going.
Perfect. Yeah. Just create it and just start adding things a little bit as you think about it. It doesn't have to be all at once that you're ooh. You have to have one person in the group, so just add me in there. And just have me in there for a while as you just kind of post, and then kind of start adding people or asking people to join. And I think it's just a great way to create community. It really is. And literally take everything that I've done and just put it in your group. you know?
Yeah.
So, for sure.
And I like the challenges. I feel like that will like generate clients. I feel like I'm kind of in that awkward part. Like I just moved, so I don't really have strong relationships with people here. And then in Atlanta, like it's kind of like because I'm away, so they're like, how are you going to be able to coach me? So I feel like I'm kind of in this awkward phase of trying to reach out to people. So trying to find that balance of how I can do it without it being so pushy, you know, and
Totally.
and that's where I'm like challenges I feel like will be really good for that. So it just seems like I'm trying to include everyone and really build the relationships again.
Exactly. Yep. So
Yeah.
have those challenges and then also communicate like, hey, I know that we're away, but like we're not in person, but this is exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have a tool for you that you can use
Yeah.
at home that I follow up with you in. We do everything through Zoom and Facebook. It is totally doable. So you just kind of explain that. People don't know what they don't know.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of where the challenges come in for sure.
Mhm.
Yeah. Awesome. You're killing it. Like honestly, I know you're going to be successful at this. There's like not a doubt in my mind. You're so committed already that you're
Yeah.
already crushing it. Like I already know that your mindset is like you're going to do this, you know?
I think I need to stop focusing so much on like making it perfect up front. Like it's not going to be perfect. And I think that's where I'm like, okay, I'm such a perfectionist that I cannot be a perfectionist. Like it's just about building the relationships right now. So,
exactly. And it will never be perfect. You're going to mess up so much. It's never going to
yeah.
be right. Like, and people connect with that more honestly.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
don't start before you're ready, like 100%. And I will,
Yeah.
if you're doing it and you have questions, just text me. Like I will walk you through anything. So don't feel like you have to wait until the time is right or you have all the answers. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're doing awesome though. Like seriously, you're doing awesome. Keep it up.
Thanks.
Don't be discouraged. Remember, it's a crock pot business
Yes.
for sure.
Definitely.
So I'm gonna send you a couple things. I'm gonna send you Sarah Dan stuff. I'm gonna send you some steps on creating your free community, and we'll go from there.
Perfect. Sounds good.
Awesome, Kaylin. Well, have an awesome weekend, and I'll talk to you soon.
Sounds good. You too.
Bye.
Bye.